Hey, what's up guys? It's Mr. English here with I Am English TV, and today I want to talk to you about the Tascam DR60D Mark II. Alright guys, so I've had some time to play with the Tascam DR60 Mark II, 60D Mark II, sorry. And it's not a new product by any means. This has been around for a while. I would have to say that I like it because it's very, very user-friendly. It's not very scary. It does have a lot of buttons. People get put off by that, but there's not a lot of menu diving, and it's pretty straightforward on how to operate it. It has two inputs, XLR inputs, which are pretty cool. But the one thing, basically this is going to be like my first impressions of it. What you're hearing me use right now is the Rode NTG2 microphone, shotgun microphone, with the Tascam DR60D Mark II. I'll get into the settings that I have for it now, but basically I've spent a lot of time just trying to mess with all the settings, figure out levels, and so forth to get it to work for me. And I found it really hard because I couldn't find anything. Well, I found it eventually, but there's so many reviews on this product, but they don't really answer the questions that I feel like you need to answer from a new user standpoint. Issue number one, okay, how do you what are the basic settings that you need to use with your mic to try to get the best sound and stuff like that? How do you set the gain? How do you do these things? And like I said, you have to spend a lot of time with it depending on the mic that you have set up. With the NTG2, it's very sensitive, so basically have to just trial and error. Basically what I did was I went into the menus, I set the gain, messed with the limiters, everything. So basically right now what I'm using as of now for this setting per se is, let's go into record mode. Right now I have it. The first problem that I ran into when I used this setup was I was recording in stereo mode. Well, the stereo mode records only on one channel. It's going to record on the left channel only. So when you play it back, you're only going to hear everything in the left channel. Now, unless you're using like something like Adobe Premiere, not Premiere, sorry. What is it? Adobe Audition or some kind of audio software to be able to, in post, spread it out, put it directly in the middle to make it sound like it's going on both sides, then that's good. But if you're just not doing that and you're going straight to like Adobe Premiere, whatever you're using to edit, then you're going to run into a problem. So what I had to do with the Tascam, I had to change the record mode to dual mono, which then puts it on 2 tracks. So basically it's like a safety. So that's what I did. That gives me the left and right channel now, and I put the dual level at -12 dB. And let's go to input settings. Now I have the gain on low, limiter on mono, low cut at 80 hertz, and no delay. And basically what this does is it's going to start me off this microphone with a low gain, and then what I'm able to do is turn the input all the way to max, so I can try to get a clean sound at the highest level possible on the max input. So like I said, there's a lot of, it's completely different from USB microphones, being that you just plug that in and you kind of just hope for the best. And one of the issues that I was having with my Rode Podcaster, it's not really an issue, but I can't really adjust like the bass, and all that stuff on live. So with this, I can do that with the videos. So I'm definitely liking it. Like I said, the Tascam is very, very It's very, very cool. You have to have time to mess with it, and it is a little frustrating at first, but once you get it, it's really, really easy and simple, to adjust anything on the fly. So in a nutshell, I think it was a good buy. Basically, it runs off 4 AA batteries, which is cool. Or what I'm using my, where is it? I'm using this, the EC Technology battery pack to power it, to ultimately power it with no batteries. And that thing is powering the Tascam, and it's also powering the microphone on phantom power. And I think it sounds great. It's going to last a pretty long time, and I can't wait to continue using it in the future. Like I said, I'm still messing with the settings just to find that right, you know, that perfect setting. But right now I feel like this is a really good setting, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, that's the Tascam and the NTG2 in a nutshell. I do have my eyes set on a couple other microphones that I do want to review. I really love audio. I love video even more, but audio is very, very interesting. And when you have good video, you also want to maximize good audio. And like I said, it can get expensive, but like I said, you don't need to go out and buy and purchase a $1,000 microphone and feel like if you don't get that $1,000 microphone, you're not going to be able to do anything. My only concern with this setup is that it sounds good now, but you can, with any audio that you use, you can always make it sound even better once you go in and clean it up at post, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you choose to do. I personally choose not to do that right now because it takes so much more time, and I don't have a lot of time. So right now, how I have it fed, I forgot to tell you how I feed it into the camera. Basically, the XLR cable, 3-pin cable, goes from the mic into input number 1 on the Tascam. And to be able to, you can record your own separate media like you would with a Zoom or anything like that if you use a SD card inside the Tascam to record backup audio. What that will cause is for you to go back in post and sync the audio with the video. I figured that out with the Zoom H1 a long time ago, and I didn't like it. It gives you really good audio, but I didn't like having to sync, you know, do the clap and then try to sync it post. I just hated it. It's annoying. It's, like I said, it's time consuming. And so right now how I have this is I have an auxiliary cable going from the camera out, the high-end camera output with one microphone auxiliary cable, and I have it going into the microphone jack in the camera. And what this does is it pushes all the sound out of the Tascam from the microphone going into the Tascam. It takes the microphone going into the Tascam and it pushes all that audio back out, back into the camera. So it allows you to basically not have to do any post. So you hear what you're hearing now is just live. So I'm not doing any of this in post, and that is the benefit to that type of setup. Like I said, you don't have to use that setup if you don't want to, but you can. And that's the kind of setup that I choose to do. I want something that I don't have to go out and clean up in post. And while it is, when I do have time, I will do stuff like that. But like I said, you don't have to. And that just goes to show you, if you do get a higher performing microphone and you use the same type of setup, how much better it would sound without doing anything post. But I think honestly, if you really want to have really, really good audio, flawless audio, you need to go in post and mess with it. But like I said, that adds a whole nother dynamic to the game. For people who don't really have the time, and not even the time, they may not have the knowledge of how that kind of software like Adobe Audition works. And like I said, you have to really play around with it. If you're not musically inclined or anything like that, it's going to be very, very difficult to learn another program on top of what you're trying to do with your YouTube game. So this is the best solution if you just want to shoot it right out of the box and get the best sound as possible from your microphone without doing any post work. So again, if you guys enjoyed this episode for the second or third time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.